At this key point in your life, you're about to step into real independence, an exciting yet challenging adventure. Choosing to live on your own goes beyond just a new address. It transforms your feelings, thoughts, and finances. The idea of striking out alone can be scary for many. It brings up worries and fears about entering uncharted territory. People often stick to what's familiar, even if it's not good for them, not out of choice, but from a fear of loneliness. The comfort of old relationships, even if they limit us, can seem safer than the loneliness of going it alone. This fear can create a false sense of security, keeping you stuck in a comfort zone that's actually not good for you. It holds you back, keeping you tied to people or situations that no longer help you grow or make your life better. Your struggle with becoming independent touches both your emotions and your finances. Old issues from your past can strongly pull you back. These problems show up in ongoing relationships and repeated patterns that keep you dependent, blocking your way forward. When you're constantly reminded of old hurts and unresolved issues, the idea of breaking free can feel too hard. The same people and places that used to make you feel safe can now stop you from moving forward and growing. But right now, you're on a path of bold facing up to these challenges. It's time to tackle these imbalances, heal parts of your life that have been ignored, and fight the fears and dependencies that have held you back too long. This isn't just about living by yourself. It's about a deep, overall change. You're being pushed to question old habits, tear down the walls that have kept you from growing, and build a new sense of who you are, one that is strong and self-reliant. A big part of this change has come from someone who has been both a guide and a reflection of what you can achieve. By seeing how they handle themselves with true integrity and respect, you've learned important lessons about taking care of yourself, loving yourself, and putting your needs first. You're learning that real independence isn't just about physical distance from others. It's about being emotionally and mentally strong, standing on your own, and making decisions that are best for you. This path to real independence hasn't been smooth. It has made you face tough truths about how much you depended on others liking and supporting you. The advice from your mentor has changed your life deeply. You've learned that looking after your own needs isn't selfish. It's necessary for a healthy life. By setting limits and loving yourself more, you realize that taking care of yourself is the first step to growing in other areas of life too. Even though you're learning to stand on your own, there's a part of you that misses sharing quiet times with this important person in your life. You feel a strong pull towards them, especially now as you're going through big changes. During this time, you worked on fixing old hurts, thinking over what you value, and growing into a person who truly lives with honesty and commitment. Your journey to better yourself has been honest and sometimes hard. You've aimed to be not just a better partner, but a better person, showing reliability, respect, and real care. The unconditional support from this person has shown you a new way, very different from what you've known before. Their help, given freely and without expecting anything back, shows how rare and valuable such support is. This has made you realize that no one else has ever given you what they have, a realization that is both uplifting and a little sad. As time goes on, you still hope to reconnect with them. You keep growing personally, inspired by what they've shown you, but you respect that they have their own choices to make. And you know that respecting each other's freedom is essential in any meaningful relationship. You've come to see that showing your true feelings and being open isn't a weakness, but the core of real connection. Love is like a dance where both people need to move together. It can't be forced or one-sided. Your recent quiet period wasn't because you didn't care. It was a chosen time for deep thinking. It gave you a chance to calm down from emotional storms and look at your behavior more clearly. This growth isn't just about being able to live alone. It's about building the inner strength to be true to yourself and your deepest values. Looking forward, you hope your paths will come together again in a way that respects the growth you both have achieved. You imagine a future where your connection grows stronger through your shared journeys. This future would be based on deep understanding, respect, and a commitment to love that is both given and returned. In your heart, you see a partnership where both of you support each other towards more self-love and authenticity. Even with these hopes, memories of your past talks often come back, reminding you of the deep bond you once shared. Reflecting on our past, I often think about the times we shared, filled with promises and missed chances. I regret not being more open and honest with my feelings. There were so many times I could have shown you how much I cared, but instead, I let my pride and fears get in the way. I thought that being charming or confident would be enough to make you feel my love. I got caught up in trying to impress you with surface level things, losing track of what really mattered. I tried to seem interesting by acting confident and sometimes too intense, thinking this would make you love me. But I missed that you were looking for something real, a deep, true connection based on respect and understanding. Sometimes I pulled back on purpose, thinking if I made myself less available, you'd want me more. I played games, thinking I could keep your interest by being mysterious or unpredictable. But looking back, I see that these tricks only pushed you away and cost us a chance at something meaningful. The way I acted warm one moment, distant the next was just a desperate attempt to keep you engaged. I told myself it was passion, but really, it was just my own confusion and fears showing through. You saw right through the facade I put up. You recognized that underneath, I was just looking for approval and too scared to admit it. Now, when I think about those times, I feel a deep sense of regret. My attempts to control our relationship didn't just push you away. They also stopped me from experiencing a truly meaningful connection. I tried to get your attention with all these plans, hoping to win your love. But I lost sight of an important truth. Real love can't be forced. It grows naturally, nurtured by honesty and shared respect. I've come to realize that the confidence I showed wasn't really strength at all. It was a weak cover for not very deep traits. You weren't impressed by temporary charm or looks. What you really valued were lasting qualities like integrity and loyalty. You always chose honesty and realness over anything else. When I made mistakes, You didn't hesitate to push me to do better, to be more honest and open. Your love taught me what true strength is. It's not about looking perfect or acting charming. It's about being real, respectful, and kind. You taught me that real strength is about being able to show your true feelings, admit when you're wrong, and learn from it. You encouraged me to drop my pride and embrace being humble, showing me that real growth comes with taking responsibility and being gracious. Your unwavering standards, even in tough times, have inspired me deeply. You didn't just expect respect, you earned it with every action and every decision. Your dependability and consistency have shown me what it means to be a truly good person, full of integrity and depth. Your strong values have really left a mark on me. I wish I had been the partner you deserved right from the start, someone who really showed you that I could be what you needed. Instead, I let my ego get in the way, focusing too much on what I wanted instead of listening to what you needed. As I go through tough times now, I keep thinking about how my pride might have ruined something really special between us. I wish I could turn back time and fix those moments with the kindness and understanding I have now. You've always been a light for me, and I miss you a lot. I miss the calm you brought into my life and how you saw potential in me, even when I couldn't see it myself. I often wonder if you can see yourself the way I do, recognizing the unique qualities that make you irreplaceable. It hurts to think you might see the version of me on social media that looks perfect but isn't real. Those images are just a mask, part of my journey to break away from old mistakes. Please don't let those fake images fool you about who I am becoming. I'm working every day to be someone you can trust and to give you the love and honesty you deserve. Looking back, I can see my actions were often selfish, driven by a need to protect myself from being too open. This led me to make choices that looked out for my own feelings instead of considering how they affected you and others. I used to think that standing firm was being strong, but I've learned that real strength comes from admitting when you're wrong, being humble, and changing for the better. I really hope I can fix what went wrong, close the gap my mistakes created, and build the meaningful relationship we both truly deserve. From the first time we met, you were different in a way I'd never known before. Your presence has always shone brightly, showing me parts of life I hadn't seen before. Even though we both have our past with their scars and regrets, I want you to know I'm still committed to you. My heart is truly connected to yours, no matter how hard things get. I'm dedicated to us, and I hope you can someday see how much you've impacted me. You've changed my life in ways I can't fully explain. You've softened and healed parts of me that now want to be seen and shared with you honestly. You've taught me so much about kindness, patience, and forgiveness. You've shown me that there's a real beauty in being understanding and compassionate, and that letting go of trying to control everything can bring peace and make things clearer. Your influence has made me look at myself, to face parts of me I was ignoring or hiding. It's been tough, but following your example, I've started to work on my flaws and try to be a better version of myself. I know I'm not perfect, and every day is a chance to grow. I'm committed to becoming the person you saw in me, one capable of true love, honesty, and a real connection. You've shown me that being open and vulnerable is a strength, not a weakness, and I'm thankful for every lesson you've taught me. I'm working on myself now, trying to fix my mistakes and prove that I can be the person you always thought I could be. I'm learning to let go of my pride and heal old hurts so I can be a good partner to you. You've always been a beacon of inspiration and strength in my life. You've helped me see the best in dark times and reminded me what it feels like to truly live and connect with someone. My heart is still connected to yours, and no matter where my journey of growth takes me, I'll always remember what you've taught me. I hope one day I can give back even a little of the love and understanding you've shown me. Looking back, I can see our time together had its ups and downs. I really regret the times I let my fears control me, focusing on getting your attention instead of nurturing a real connection. I now see that the games I played and my unpredictable actions only drove us apart instead of helping us build a beautiful, lasting relationship. Instead of being there for you, I was too caught up in trying to appear a certain way, trying to control everything instead of letting our relationship grow naturally. But even with these regrets, my commitment to you is still strong. You've made a lasting impact on my heart, and the lessons I've learned from us being together continue to shape how I see myself and the world. I hope with time you can see that my efforts to better myself aren't just for me, but also for a future where maybe our paths can cross again in a way that respects both our individual paths and the history we share.